Awesome. Okay, we started recording. So anyway, welcome to March 1st Team BeachBudds meeting, which is crazy that it's March 1st already. Like super crazy that it's March already. I can't get over that. That's, even though February seemed so long and so drawn out and was really tough month, I still can't believe it's over. Did everyone else find February pretty tough? Yeah, so March is going to be better. I know it's going to be better. I can tell. Spring fever's in the air, and people want to get out and get moving, and I think that's going to help all of us. So we don't have a lot to talk about tonight. What we're going to talk about is we're going to go over the calendar for March so everyone knows what's going on, because there's some things that are a little bit different format. And then I'm just going to quickly talk about setting goals again, and maybe encourage you guys to look at some of your goals and talk to your upline and get them involved with your goals, and whether it's your business goals or your health goals, just making sure that we have a plan. Like, how do we make a dream a goal that we reach, right? There's a big difference between having a dream and reaching for a goal. So we'll talk about that after we look at our schedule. So I have a couple things going on in March. The first thing that we're doing is we're going to try something a little bit different, and we don't know how this is going to look, so we're going to have to figure it out as we go. And Crystal and Amanda, please jump in and correct me if I'm saying anything wrong. But we're going to try a group that is similar to a free clean eating group, but it involves more than just clean eating. So it'll involve things like your water, maybe workout tips, just pretty much what does a day in the life of a fit mom look like, right? How does a fit, busy, either stay-at-home mom or a working mom, how did they incorporate this lifestyle into their life daily? And we're going to do a three-day peek at it. And we don't have a title for it yet. We're going to brainstorm on it. But I think it's going to be something kind of like, basically a day in the life of a fit mom. And it'll be, again, like our free clean eating group. We'll have, recipes and time-saving plans and videos. And what we're going to do to make sure that the content of this group is really something that we are offering, something that has value in it, is that each team, so my team, Amanda's team, and Crystal's team is going to take one day. And within our team, we are going to plan that day and what we want to post and what we want to talk about and what we want to show. And that way, we can just really add some great value instead of just kind of being all over the place in the groups. And this has happened to me in free clean eating groups where I go to post water and somebody's already done it. Oh, okay. Coconut oil. Oh, wait, someone just did that too. And, and then all of a sudden, the 5 days are over. And it was kind of all over the place. So I think we're going to try this format, and each team can get really involved in how we're going to look at our day. And the days don't have to be the same, right? Each day is kind of a peek into each team and what our days look like. So on my team, I have working moms. So we're gonna really make sure that we are opening that door for working moms to get a peek at what it is that we do, right? How do we stay fit and healthy and, be busy, that we schooling our kids or working full time and volunteering like Carolee does. How do we fit our stuff in, right? And so that's kind of the idea. So yes, it looks very different than anything that we've done, but clean eating groups are everywhere, all over Facebook, right? And so we wanted to try something that was a little different. So I'm hoping on my day, we're going to get some peek into size, right? What is, quick video on size. I don't know who's going to do that. I have no idea. But, something just more than just clean eating, just an all around picture of what it is we do in our groups and how do moms stay fit. Does that make sense? So we're going to start that we're going to run it from Tuesday, March 8th, 9th, and 10th. So we're going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Forget the Monday and Friday because they're really difficult to get people involved in. And so we're just going to do 3 days, and we're going to pour in the content. We want everyone to start advertising it for it now. And so once we come up with a good, perfect title, I'll post it right away. So please I'm going to ask for comments. Please throw your ideas out there. So at this point, I think it's going to be a day in the life of a fit mom, you know, free peek, something like that. So let's start advertising that so that we can get that one out. It'll be just in time for them to order a package and then jump into our next challenge group, which will be starting on March 21st. And that one's called, yes, Amanda?
I just wanted to add something, sorry, about the our free group. We should all try and do something about Shakeology, right? Like we should all try and have your little, like if you've got a video made or a little blurb on why you love Shakeology or whatever, right? But something with your face on it, something just like, even if it's 3 minutes of a video on how you've changed your life and how it's gotten better. So yeah, that's it.
I'd like to see if anyone else is using the performance line. That in there is another.
Yeah, we are.
Fantastic.
We'll definitely do that.
Yeah, no, that's great, Amanda. Absolutely, we did talk about that. Yeah, perfect. Is there anything else? Crystal, do you want to say anything about that group or any ideas?
No, I think you covered it. I just think we need to find a catchy name on that. I think that's good.
Awesome. So, and if anyone has any concerns, like I said, this is the first time we're doing this in this format. It's not going to hurt, right? Doing stuff is not going to hurt our business. But the free clean eating groups just haven't been overly beneficial for us. So we wanted to try something else out. And so this is what that's going to look like. And then again, it'll be finishing up just in time to move on into our Shredded for Summer challenge group. The other thing that we are going to do is on the team meeting, so that group will run Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That team meeting that Tuesday, we are going to talk about how we're going to close that week. Wait, we might not be, no. So next Tuesday, when this group is going, our team meeting is going to be a how do you follow up in your free e-clean eating groups? How do you follow up in this group, right? Because we can run the best damn group and offer the best information, and then we don't follow up and we don't close it right, and we didn't do anything. And I think I've been really struggling with how to follow up and how to close out those, you know, we're giving this free value to peek at what we do and then not capitalizing on it because we're not closing it properly. So that's what I'd like to talk about next Tuesday. And so if Amanda and Crystal, you can kind of think about, we'll brainstorm this week on what that looks like, do some research. Anyone else have any great ideas or what they do to kind of follow up with customers who've been in a free group? That's what we're going to talk about. So we're running this group. We'll have a meeting on Tuesday. It will already have been started. But we will really talk about how to finish it off strong and convert those people into challengers, right? And what the follow-up process will be if they're not interested right away, so that we don't lose them, that we do get them those 2-3 months down the line. Does that make sense? That was kind of is that okay with everybody, that that's what we focus our meeting on? Okay, awesome. And then, yeah, and then we're going to go right into our challenge group. And again, we've been having troubles keeping people engaged in our challenge groups, and a little bit better the last day or two, which is kind of funny. And I think we're also going to kind of split the weeks up into teams. That does not mean that if it is Kendra's team week, that Crystal and Amanda shouldn't be present. Crystal and Amanda absolutely need to be present, and their teams, right? I want to see, you know, Misty posting, and I want to see people posting and commenting and make sure that they're engaging. But it's the responsibility of whoever's team it is that week to make sure that there is enough awesome content. Does that make sense? Because we don't want to run a group and say, oh, you know what, this is Amanda's week, I don't need to show up. No, that's not it, right? The idea is that if Amanda's team, you know, focuses on the week and plans the week, that everything else that the other teams are able to add is kind of a bonus, right? So other teams shouldn't be adding huge things that week, like, water challenges or, things like that, inspirational quotes, their fitness photos, sweaty photos, hey, who worked out today? Those are the kind of things that we should be adding. My team will be adding on Crystal's Week, right? But Crystal's Week will be involved with content. That might be confusing. Again, first time we're doing it, but we need a better system, and this is what we're hoping. It helps us build our own teams, right? I get a chance to work with my team on running these groups, and same with Amanda and Crystal. They get time to spend with you guys who run their team, running groups, and mentoring you on how to run your own groups, because eventually you're going to want to get out there and do your own thing. And so we'll let you know, of course, which week your team will be involved in, and that's gonna look a little bit different. Does anyone have any input or questions on that one?
I do. I just have a quick question. When it's your team's week, what should we focus on? Should we focus on having one really informative post per day, and then the rest kind of, whatever, your food, your little things? But if we're going to do a water challenge, obviously that's going to be a bit of a bigger one. You're going to want some more engagement. Are we going to focus on just one big one per day, or what do you guys think? Should we, obviously we're going to be sharing our food every day, that kind of thing, but just to keep it simple and consistent for the weeks, right? So it feels like it's part of the same challenge group. What should we do as far as structure goes?
Yeah, I don't know, because we're, like I said, we're just kind of, trying to start this. But I think, yeah, the idea is, even if you had one theme, if your theme was kind of, and we can work this out ahead of time, if your theme was kind of water, right? Or a theme could be proper nutrition for workouts. When do you eat? When don't you eat? And then the encouragement around a topic. So would we like to kind of, I don't know, what does everyone think? We'd like to kind of have a topic that each team is kind of covering. So each week there's kind of a focus.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a really good idea, just to keep some structure and keep the information really, really valuable to our challengers, right? Because we all kind of have the same flavor in a sense, right? But we've all got this information that, rather than it being so widespread across the board, we can all kind of zone in on something of whatever your choice is, right? Who knows? I mean, we're all going to do water, right? In reality, we're all going to talk about water, because that matters to all of us. We're all going to talk about Shakeology, but I know Shemaine, she's she's a nutritional therapist, and she likes to put together little workouts and stuff. So she likes to talk about food, right? And she talks about food in a different way than we do. So I mean, I don't really know who all the stuff is going to get divvied up to, but she's a huge nutrition person and eats food that we all should, not just your typical fish and asparagus and sweet potatoes. So.
I think that's what I have for dinner. Actually, I'm not, because Tamasha's cooking for me, so it's something much more interesting than chicken and sweet potatoes. Yeah, I think I think we should just take some time. We still have 3 weeks, right? Let's take some time and brainstorm within our teams. I'll talk to my team about what are some of the things that they would really like, or if we had a theme for our team for the week, what would it look like? And if you guys do the same, and then the three of us can kind of hash that out, so we have a kind of an outline going forward for our teams. And we'll have to do the exact same thing for the clean eating group as well. Not clean eating group, sorry, the day in the life group, right? So that we kind of know who's going first, and we're not totally overlapping on information. So that might even be kind of a sneak into what our theme are. We could tie that in as well. So we'll have to brainstorm a little bit more about that, and we will share. Like I said, it's new. It's a new idea, and we'll have to develop that as we go. Is there anything else on that? Okay. We are still going to do another sneak peek on Tuesday, March 22nd meeting. So that's the second day after our challenge group started. So all of our advertising is done for that. We can put out, and you only need to do the day or two before a sneak peek into coaching. So we'll do very similar format to we did last time. I'm going to see if I can maybe get someone on my team to step up and maybe share in my spot or with me together. And then, or if you guys have someone specifically on your team right now that you think would be an excellent person to step up, we should have a few people share. So I'm going to try to have someone on my team share with me. And if you guys could have someone on your team share with you, we'll do the same kind of, same thing we did last Tuesday, right? And there may be nobody, there may be people, it doesn't matter. We're going to show up every third Tuesday of the month or whatever that is. We're just going to keep doing it, and we're going to keep building our teams, and we're going to get better and better at it, right? Sharing our story. So I'll just go over it quickly again. So the dates were the 8th, 9th, and 10th was the day in the life of a fit mom. March 21st starts our Shredded for Summer. March 22nd is our sneak peek night, the Tuesday night. So, and then if anyone wants to volunteer, you don't have to do it right now, just put it in the notes. If anyone wants to volunteer to put those dates up on our banner, that'd be awesome. So we can get those dates up. The other thing we want to do is rewrite the intro to this group as well. There's an intro that I did into the BeachBudds group, and I'd like to rewrite that. So we're going to work on that as a large team to change that up as well. So that was kind of the only thing I had about the calendar. Does anyone else, did I miss anything? No? So really, really quickly, I also wanted to talk about goal setting. And I know this is a topic that you hear a lot in Rhonda's group, and you'll hear a lot here because it's really, really important, you guys. And while I was putting this together, I realized where my pitfall here is. And if you notice on the invite for tonight's group, well, not the invite, the post in BeachBudds, it was steps that had goals, and it had there was 5 steps to reaching your goals, right? And it started with the very first one was just to make a goal, right? What is it? What is it we want to do? And you know, that could be anything from, and it's got to be quantifiable, right? And so sometimes we don't want to get hung up on numbers, but numbers are easy to measure. So a lot of our goals are measurable, right? So it could be our SC points. It could be number of challenge packs. It could be a rank advancement that we're going for. It could be inches that we need to get lost. We're on our own fitness journey here. We don't want to forget that. It could be the amount of days in the week that are going to stick with our program. If we're struggling with the whole thing, maybe we're setting smaller goals. But the very first step is to set your goals, right? Write them out. Written goals are met 75% more often than the ones we think of in our head. 75%. So take the second and write it down. It's not going to hurt you. Sometimes we're scared to write things down because we're scared if we don't meet them, we failed. And we'll talk about that in step 5. So step 1, just figure out what your goals are, right? Your short-term goals, your long-term goals. Just write them down. The second one is coming up with a plan, right? Without a plan, you can just get up every day and you can be excited about your goal and you have nowhere to go. Keep it simple, right? If we have, you know, if your goal is to lose weight and get fit, well, you know what? All the steps are right there for us in our programs and our eating plans, right? That right there is the plan. It's laid out. If your plan is to hit, you know, SC this month because you've never done it, talk to your upline coach. They will help you with the steps to do that, right? If it's to rank advance, make sure you know exactly what that means and what it looks like. So make sure that you talk to your upline coach again. And if it's a fitness goal, remember, your upline coach is your coach, right? Our job is to still help you reach your fitness goals. And don't let us forget it. If you're struggling with your own fitness level, you need to knock on your coach's door. Say, hey, I need my coach. I need some help, right? So if you want, you know, us to help you set up with your fitness goals, and make sure you reach out to your team below you and make sure they're meeting their fitness goals as well, because that's a huge part of this, right? And ask them. So the second step was come up with a plan. You can't go anywhere without a plan. Well, that's awesome. I am so damn good at 1 and 2 every month. I'm telling you, I got it on spreadsheets. I got them on whiteboards. I got it on visual. I got that down pat. Problem is there's a step 3. And step 3 is actually execute the plan, get to work. And that is where a lot of us fall short. We spend so much time planning and we say, we are just working our butts off in this business and it's not going anywhere. Or I'm working so hard at my meal planning. but you never got your groceries, right? You're not losing the weight. And executing a plan is really, can be difficult for a lot of people, and it's very difficult for me. I am an excellent planner. I'm telling you, I can plan it to the minute. I can have it all written down, and then I turn around, instead of doing the work, I make a new plan. And so you need to get to work. That is step 3, which you take that plan and you put action behind it, and it is uncomfortable. And if it's uncomfortable and scary, that means you're going in the right direction. So that is, you just can't get there. Without it, it's just a dream, right? That's where it stops. That is the difference. Step 3 is your difference between your dream and achieving your goal. So after we execute it, we need to stick to it, because any goal worth reaching is going to be hard, and it's going to have setbacks, and some of them are going to be awfully huge, right? And we just need to reset and keep going, right? So we start the work, that's hard enough, but we got to keep going and get over the things that are put in our way. Because I'm telling you, if you set a goal and you reach it and it was easy, that goal wasn't worth setting. You're not going anywhere, right? So if the more adversity that you feel to reaching that goal probably means you're on the right track and you're on the way to greatness for whatever that goal may be. And the 5th step of that goal is to reach the goal. And guess what? This is actually the least important step in this whole ladder, right? I miss goals all the time. You hear Rhonda talking about actually missing her goals, and that can be really, really discouraging. But if you did one step from step 1 to step 4, you are probably so far closer to that goal than you have ever been, and a lot closer than you could have been. So if you don't hit step 5 and you don't reach your goal, you know what you do? You just insert step 1 all over again with a plan, because you're that much closer to reach it. And it's an ongoing process. It's just like housework, guys. It is never done. Reaching our goals is never done, which is also could be just as discouraging as housework, right? Because you work so hard and you reach a goal, and all of a sudden now you just have to start all over again to reach another goal. So it is a process, and it is a circular process, right? It is not just like a housework, right? You just gotta go round and round and round. But keep going. Don't give up, because even if you don't reach that goal, you're so much closer for trying, so much closer for executing. And so step number 5, honestly, is probably it's the least important, right? Because we can always insert step 1 and start working towards it again. And if we put too much focus on step 5 and not on 1, 2, 3, and 4, step 5 is never going to happen, and we are really going to be discouraged. And so, you know, I want to share really quickly, my boyfriend, Tomash, I like to talk about him because he's pretty damn outstanding. But when he has a goal or he decides he's going to do something, he sticks to it like nobody's business. And so when I started this business, I said, okay, which program do you want to do? And he's like, what do you mean, me? What? Why am I involved in this? But he did. He chose he would do Insanity Max 30. And he had a rough start because he had an injury. So he was only a week in, and as soon as his injury was over, he jumped back into it. 60 days, he completed the program. Then we were waiting for Hammer and Chisel to come out, and so he decided to do 21 Day Fix Extreme. 3 weeks, completely finished the program. He has 3 days left of Hammer and Chisel again. Started from the beginning and made a goal and went straight to the end without any excuses. And for Hammer and Chisel, that means that he doesn't just have to get to work at 7. He has to actually get to work by 6:30, get up at 5:30, because he doesn't have enough time in his lunch to finish the program, so he has to go in early, right? So those are the things. He could have easily said, oh, I can't do Hammer and Chisel. I don't have enough time in my lunch hour. But he didn't. He found a way, right? When he executed his plan, something came up, and he found a way around it. And I really, really admire him for those steps. And those are the kind of things that we need to keep doing with our business, because we will hit things. And believe me, I'm telling you, he is so committed to doing those programs, and my workout schedule is quite different than his. And there are a lot of times where I could be the one who's dragging him down to keep his butt on the couch having a glass of wine with me. Instead, he gets my butt up and going because he committed to it. It has an end date, and he's determined to reach that goal. And so without even knowing it, right, he just followed step 1 to 4, and he has hit 5 every single time. So that was kind of my example story, because I'm really, really proud of that man. So anyway, that's all I got. I got on goals. So reach out to your upline. Talk about your goals. Talk about where you want to go. You're not in this process all by yourself. Hey, I talked so fast. You got here just in time for me to say goodbye.
At least I tried.
Yeah, well, thank you. Is this too early for you on Thursdays or on Tuesdays, or is it hit and miss?
It's hit and miss. It depends on my clients and my gym schedule.
Okay, awesome. Well, listen to the recording. We got lots of stuff going on, and we'd love your feedback on some of it. So, does anybody else have anything to say before we sign off tonight?
Yeah, I have something to say. Yay us for surviving February, okay? That was a hard one to get through. That was a crazy month, but I'm hopeful for a really successful month for all of us. I know everybody living here, north of the border, so just not Crystal, it's been hard. So yay everybody that survived and is still showing up at meetings and everything else. I think that's really good.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm so proud of you all. I'm so incredibly proud of you all for showing up over and over again, especially when it gets hard. So, and that's all I got. If anyone else has anything, I'm going to hit end and say goodnight. No?
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.